conjured schemes that had us skipping school, made us forget how Mama schooled us hard against the threat of five-part harmony and sharkskin seams. We spent our school days balanced on the beams of moon we wished upon, the needle jet black 45s that spun and hadn't yet become the dizzy spinning of our dreams. Sugar pie, honey bun, oh, you loved our tangled hair and rusty knees. Marvin Gaye slowed down while we gave chase, and then he was our smoking fine taboo. We hungered for the anguished screech of please from soulful throats, relentless and booming bass. Inside our chest, relentless booming bass softened to the turn of Smokey's key. His languid, liquid, luscious, aching plea for bodies we didn't have yet made a case for lying to ourselves. He could erase our bow legs, raging pimples. We could see his croon inside our clothes. His pedigree of milky, flawless skin meant we'd replace our daddies with his fine and lanky frame. I did you wrong, my heart went out to play, he serenaded, filling up the space that separated smoke from certain flame. Couldn't comprehend the drug of him. Okay, silk where his throat should be. He growls such grace. Silk where his throat should be and growling grace, little Stevie made us wonder why we even needed sight. His rhythm eye could see us click our hips and swerve in place whenever he cut loose. Ooh, we done laced those Converse All-Stars. Yeah, we wondered why we couldn't get down without our shoes. We try and dance and keep up with his funky pace of hiss and howl and hum, and then he'd slow to twist our hearts until he heard them crack, ignoring lonesome leaking from the seams. The rockin' blind boy couldn't help but show us light. We bellowed every soulful track from Open Window and Neath the Door, Pipe Dreams. From open windows, neath the door, Pipe Dreams brought us Bone, Buffon, and nicotine, and served up Lady D, the boisterous queen of overdone, her body built from beams of awkward light. Her bug-eyed, brash extremes dizzied normal girls. The evergreen machine, so clean and mean, dabbed kerosene behind our ears and said, now burn. Our screams meant only that our hips would now be thin, that we'd hear symphonies, wouldn't hurry love, as Diana said, make sure it gleams no matter what it is. Her different spin, a voice like sugar air, no inkling of a soul beneath that vinyl, the Supremes. That soul beneath the vinyl, the Supremes knew nothing of it. They were breathy sighs and fluid hips, soul music's booby prize. But Mary Wells, so drained of self-esteem, was a pudgy, barstool-riding, buck-toothed dream who none of us would dare to idolize out loud. She had our mama's grunts and thighs, and we preferred to just avoid that theme, as well as war and God and government cheese and bullets in the street and ghetto blight. While Mary's My Guy blared, we didn't think race, because there was all that romance and the keys that Motown held. Unlocked, we'd soon ignite. We stockpiled extra sequins, just in case. We stockpiled extra sequins just in case the Marvelettes decided that our grit was way beyond Diana's, that we fit inside their swirl, a much more naughty place. Those girls came from the brick. We had to brace ourselves against their heat, much too legit to dress up as some other thing. We split our blue jeans trying to match their pace. And soon our breasts commenced to pop. We spoke in deeper tones, and Berry Gordy looked and licked his lips. Our only saving grace, the luscious, liquid, languid tone of smoke, the soundtrack, while our A-cup bras unhooked. Our sudden Negro hips required more space. Our sudden Negro hips required more space, but we pretended not to feel that spill that changed the way we walked. And yes, we still couldn't help but feel so strangely out of place, while Motown filled our eager hearts with lace and storylines. Romance was all uphill. No push, no pride, no shiny magic pill could lift us to that light, no breathing space in all that time. We grew like vines to sun. As mamas shook their heads and mourned our Delta names, we didn't deem to care. Religion? There was only one. We took transistor preachers to our beds, and Smokey sang a lyric dripping cream. While Smokey sang a lyric dripping cream, Levi tried to woo us with his growl. I can't help myself, admitted with a scowl. His bit of weakness was a soulful scheme, and we kept screaming. Front row under gleam of lights, beside the speakers blasting vowels, we rocked and we screamed. Levi on the prowl glowed black, a savior in the stage light's beam. But then the stage light dimmed, and there we were in bodies primed for what we didn't know. We sang off key while skipping all Malone. Deceptions that you sing to tend to blur and disappear in dance. Why is that so? Ask any colored girl, and she will moan. Ask any colored girl, and she will moan and answer with a downbeat and a sleek 5-part croon. She's dazzled, and she'll shriek what she's been taught. She won't be long alone or crazed with wanting more. One day she'll own that quiet heart that Motown taught to speak. She'll know that being the same makes her unique. She'll rest her butt on music's paper throne until the bass line booms, until some old temptation leers and said, "I'll take you home and heal you in the way the music vowed." She's trapped within his clutch, his perfumed hold, dancing to his conjured, crafted poem. Remembering how love had lied so loud. Remembering how love had lied so loud, we tangled in the rhythms that we chose. Seduced by thump and sequence, heaven knows we tried to live our looming lives unbowed, but bending led to break. We were so proud to mirror every lyric. Radio spit beg and mend, and precious stereos told us what we were and weren't allowed. Our daddies sweat in factories while we found other daddies under limelight's glow. And then we begged those daddies, please, create us. Like Stevie, make us blindly see the rhythms. But instead, the crippling blow. We whimpered while the downbeat dangled bait. We whimpered while the downbeat dangled bait. We leapt and swallowed all the music said, while Smokey laughed and Marvin idly read our minds and slapped us hard and slapped us straight. And even then, we listened for the great announcement of the drum, for tune to spread, a marvelette to pick up on the thread. But as we know by now, it's much too late to reconsider love or claw our way through all the glow they tossed to slow our roll. What we know now, we should have always known. When Smokey winked at us and said, "They don't love you like I do," he snagged our soul. We wound up doing the slow drag all alone. They made us do the slow drag all alone. They made us kiss our mirrors and deal with heat in our bodies' sudden bumps. They danced deceit, and we did too, addicted to the drone of revelation, all the notes they'd thrown our way. Oh, love will change your life. The sweet, sweet fairy tale we spin will certainly beat the real thing any day. Oh, yes, we own you now. We sang you pliable and clueless, waiting, waiting. Oh, the dream you'll hug one day, the boy who craves you right out loud in front of everyone. But we told you. We know we did. We preached it with a shrug. Less than perfect love was not allowed. Less than perfect love was not allowed. Temptations begged as if their every sway depended on you coming home to stay. Diana whispered air, aloof and proud, to be the perfect girl beneath a shroud of glitter and a fright she held at bay. And Michael Jackson, flailing in the fray of daddy love, succumbed to every crowd. What would we have done if not for them, wooing us with roses carved of sound and hiding muck we're born to navigate? Little did we know that they'd condemn us to live so tethered to the ground, while every song they sang told us to wait. Every song they sang told us to wait, and wait we did, our gangly heartbeats stunned and holding place. Already so outgunned, we little girls obeyed. And now it's late, and CDs spinning only help deflate us. The songs all say, just look at what you've done. You've wished through your whole life, and one by one your stupid sisters realize they don't rate. So now, at 50 plus, I turn around and see the glitter drifting in my wake and mingling with the dirt. My dingy dreams are shoved high on the shelf. They're wrapped and bound so I can't see and contemplate that ache. The temps, all swirl and pivot, conjured schemes. The temps, all swirl and pivot, conjured schemes. Inside our chest, relentless, booming bass, then silk where throat should be. Much growling grace from open window, neath the door, pipe dreams that sold beneath the vinyl. The Supremes used to stockpile extra sequins just in case Diana's Negro hips required more space, while Smokey penned a lyric dripping cream. Ask any colored girl and she will moan, remembering how love had lied so loud. I whimpered while the downbeat dangled bait and taught myself to slow drag all alone. Less than perfect love was not allowed, and every song they sang told me to wait.